Hello everyone, my name is Lauren Trejo and today I am going to be going over how to apply for graduate school at SHSU. This is the application journey and it's a general overview of everything we will be going over today. So first, submit your Apply Texas application, then create your student portal, pay your application fee, provide your required documents, and receive a decision. Step 1 is Apply Texas. When you go to Apply Texas, this is what the login page will look like. If you already have an Apply Texas account but are having trouble accessing it, please submit a help desk ticket here. Do not use your school or work email address when creating an account. Please use your personal email address since this will be used for your student portal, which we'll be going over later. This is the Apply Texas journey. We will be going over each of these steps in detail. So first, answer your Find the Right application questions. Answer your core questions. Use the school search to find the SHSU application. Answer the SHSU Apply Texas application questions, and then submit your application and wait for an email from SHSU with the next steps. When you log into Apply Texas, there will be this navigation bar at the top. Dashboard is where you can view all open and submitted applications and edit your Find the Right application questions. Core questions is where you can view and edit all of your core questions. These are questions that are requested by Apply Texas. School search is where you can search for the Sam Houston State University application. This is what your Apply Texas dashboard will look like, and your dashboard is going to show you all of your open and submitted applications. On the left-hand side, you can find your Find the Right application questions and the completion status of your core questions. So what are the Find the Right application questions? These questions will determine your application type, and it is the first thing Apply Texas will prompt you to do when you log in. A common error is this question. Do you already have or will you have a bachelor's or equivalent degree prior to the start of the semester for which you are applying? The answer to this must be yes in order to be classified as graduate. If you are currently in progress with your bachelor's degree, you are more than welcome to apply, but you must have your bachelor's degree before beginning a graduate program. Next, you'll need to answer your Apply Texas core questions. Core questions are questions that are requested by Apply Texas. So please remember, Apply Texas is a general application that can be used to apply to different schools. So these are not SHSU or graduate specific. Some questions may be geared towards undergraduate students. Not all questions are required, so check the red asterisk to determine if the question is required. For example, parents or guardians is intended for undergraduate students. Activities and achievements is also not required, but you may complete these sections if you would like. Now that you have answered your core questions, you can begin your Sam Houston State University application. Type Sam Houston State University into the school search to locate the application. I suggest leaving the Start Semester filter blank to view all open semesters. You do not need to filter by application type as you have already answered your Find the Right application questions. You can find the application type and term listed here. Please ensure you are applying for the correct term. Now that you have selected the SHSU Apply Texas application, there are going to be 4 sections. First is Application Overview. This section contains general information and may contain information that is not applicable to your program. There are no action items here, you only need to click Next. Second is Major. You will choose a major. If the major you are looking for is not there, it may not be offered for that term or the deadline may have passed. Third is School Required Questions. Here you will answer the questions required by SHSU. And lastly is Essays. You do not need to upload an essay. Your program materials and application fee will not be uploaded into Apply Texas. If your program requires an essay, this will be submitted in your student portal, not Apply Texas. We'll be going over that shortly. Now you are on the last section of your Apply Texas application. There are 3 steps. First, review your application and ensure all questions are answered correctly. Second is Terms and Conditions, and third is Payment Instructions. This is what the Payment Instructions page will look like. Apply Texas is a general application. You will not submit your application materials or application fee here. You must acknowledge that your application is not considered complete until you have paid. You must click Submit before moving on to the next steps. If you are unsure if your application was submitted, you can go to your dashboard to check. Once you submit your application, it will take 1 to 2 business days before it is received and processed by SHSU. Once it has been received and processed, you will receive an email asking you to set up your student portal. Step 2 is your student portal. Please do not try to log in or create a password before receiving the email from Graduate Admissions. If you have not received the email within 2 business days, please contact them at graduate@shsu.edu. The email from Graduate Admissions will contain your username, which will be your application email followed by .shsu. An example can be found here. Before logging in for the first time, you will need to create a password. That can be done so here. Please do not use the SHSU SSO login, even if you are a current SHSU student, faculty, or staff member. Once logged into your student portal, this is what it will look like. There are a few things I want to point out, the first being View Application. This is where you will click to pay your application fee, and it is where you can see your decision when you receive one. When you click View Application, it's going to bring you here. When you receive a decision, it will be located here, and you will pay your application fee by clicking here. When you click Pay Application Fee, it will open a new window and bring you to this page to pay your application fee. Now, let's take a look at your student document checklist items. Please click View All to see all required documents, as some may not be shown on the home screen. You will click on the name of the document checklist item to upload the corresponding document. When you click on the name of your document checklist item, it's going to bring you here. This is where you can upload the corresponding document. We accept official and unofficial transcripts during the application process. If admitted, official versions are required. Please note, if you order an official transcript to be sent to yourself and upload it yourself, that transcript is now unofficial. Official transcripts must be sent directly from your institution to SHSU admissions to be considered official. The last thing I'd like to point out in your student portal navigation is the application status and the checklist item status. Let's go over the application statuses and what they mean. Submitted means your Apply Texas application is submitted, but there are outstanding requirements, your application materials or your application fee. Complete and review means your application is complete and under review with the program. Ready for a decision means your application has received a decision recommendation from the program, but it needs to be verified by Graduate Admissions. And next is decision made. This means you have received a decision. Now let's go over the checklist item statuses and what they mean. Not received means we have not received a document for this requirement, or we received an incorrect document. If you uploaded something to a document checklist item space, but it is showing as not received, this may mean that you uploaded an incorrect or insufficient document. You should have an email from Graduate Admissions stating why your document was incorrect or insufficient. Next is received under review. This means we have received a document, but it has not yet been verified by Graduate Admissions. Received verified means your document has been verified by Graduate Admissions, and waived means this item is not required. I want to take a moment to discuss how to provide recommendation letters or a reference sheet. Not all programs require recommendation letters or a reference sheet. If your program requires recommendation letters, you will receive an email asking you to list your recommenders. You will need to provide their names and email addresses. If your program requires more than one recommendation, when you open the link to list your recommenders, please list them all at the same time. When you submit their information, it will send them an email requesting their recommendation. Once they provide their recommendation, Graduate Admissions will verify it and mark it Received Verified. It will be marked Not Received even if you have listed them until your recommender has responded to the request. If your program requires a reference sheet, you will need to list your references in a Word document. Instructions will be provided in your student portal next to the document checklist item. These instructions should include the number of references you should list and what contact information to provide. Do not upload a letter of recommendation in place of this, as this will not be accepted. If you are experiencing issues with either of these requirements, please contact Graduate Admissions at graduate@shsu.edu. This is the application journey that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and it is the general overview of everything that we just went over. submitting your Apply Texas application, creating your student portal, paying your application fee, providing your required documents, and receiving a decision. If you have any questions about this process or about graduate school in general, please use the QR code to book time to meet with me via Teams, or you can email me at thegraduateschool@shsu.edu. I have also included graduate admissions contact information. Thank you for considering graduate school at SHSU.